All right, thank you for joining me today. In this exercise, as with others a part of this series, I'll be reading a paragraph to you. In this case, this paragraph is formatted in the style of a letter, and embedded within this paragraph are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and the like. Just keep that in mind as I read it to you. Afterwards, I'm going to step out of frame, have you pause the video to make corrections independently, and resume when you're ready to correct with me. Ideally, your corrections will align with my own. If you've modified it in another way, you're welcome to use the comment section below to let me know what it is you did. All right, let's start, as I said, with reading the paragraph. At the upper right-hand corner, we begin with our date. We have November 13th, 1497. Continuing, my closest comrade, George, is posted to Capt, which is an abbreviation, de Gama's vessel, the São Gabriel. He witnessed Capt de Gama's encounter with the natives. They offered the captain cinnamon, cloves, seed pearls, gold, and many other treasures. As we travel farther up the African coast, will cities such as Mozambique, Mombasa, and Malindi offer such riches? All right, go ahead and pause the video here and make your corrections independently. Okie dokie, we're gonna go ahead, since I'm moving, I'm assuming you're ready to correct, so let's go ahead and jump in. In the upper right, so right over here, we notice that the proper noun, the name of our month, November, is lowercase, when in fact it should be uppercase, which we're gonna do now, followed by the date, which preceding that, the punctuation mark is known as a colon, suggesting that you're introducing a list or an explanation. This is not the correct punctuation mark. Instead, we're going to strike it and replace it with a comma to transition into the date. All right, first sentence begins with a capital. So we're good. My closest comrade, George, is posted to Cap de Gama's vessel. All right, here we're inserting this individual as it relates to the concept of being this person's closest comrade, right? You got that possessive pronoun. So my closest comrade, comma, George, so we're going to splice that in. George being a name, also a proper noun, you've got to capitalize it. So George is posted to Capt, it's an abbreviation for captain. Abbreviations require a period, not to conclude the sentence, but to show that the word has been kind of cut at the knee, as it were. Capt de Gama's, we're going to capitalize his surname, and it's his vessel. We don't have a plurality of this particular captain, which means we need to include the possessive, so we're going to add an apostrophe, because it's his vessel. The São Gabriel. And for the names of vessels, we traditionally underline them as you would a title of a book. Next sentence begins with lowercase, so we're going to capitalize it. So he witnessed Capt, there we have a part of his title, we're going to capitalize it. De Gama's encounter, it was his encounter, so we're going to show the possessive, with the natives, period. We're concluding that thought. Beginning the next thought, capitalize it. They offered the captain cinnamon, comma, cloves, comma, seed pearls, comma, gold, and many other treasures, period. We've created a list or a series, and each part of that series, in order to separate them, of course, you need to use those commas. Next sentence begins with a capital, we're good. As we travel farther up the African coast, so both parts of this word should be capitalized, right? It's the African coast, although in some cases you may see coast lowercase, it just kind of depends. But for this case, I'm going to go ahead and capitalize both. I'm treating it as the name of that region. So as we travel farther up the African coast, comma, will cities, remember the rule, when you have a word ending in Y and you want to affix a suffix to it, you drop the Y and replace it with I. In this case, we have multiple cities. So the plurality, we're going to add I, followed by ES, such as Mozambique, perfect, we're capitalized, comma, we're listing another one. Mombasa, let's capitalize it, it's a name, comma, and Malindi, capitalizing that third city, offer such riches. And it's a rhetorical question, or perhaps it's an actual question, which means we should conclude it with an interrogative punctuation mark, a question mark. Okie doke. Again, I would hope your corrections align with my own. Feel free to let me know what you did or how you modified this particular paragraph in the comment section below. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to continue to practice with me. Thank you.